Welcome back to another FinTech or Financial Technology App Review brought to you by Easter Seals Greater Houston. My name is Carmen Phillips and I am the Montgomery County Program Coordinator for our United Way Thrive program. If you've never heard of our Thrive program, the goal is to help local families build financial stability. We do that through one-on-one financial coaching, helping the family set up a working budget. We help them build and establish credit and also build assets that will ultimately lead them to financial independence. So today we're going to be reviewing an app called EveryDollar. If you've ever attended any of my financial workshops, you might have heard me mention this guy. It's okay if you've never heard of him, but this is Dave Ramsey, and this is who created the EveryDollar financial app. But it's okay if you've never heard of Dave Ramsey. It's okay if you've never heard of Financial Peace University. This app is still for you. So EveryDollar. So the purpose of this app is to basically give you a family budgeting tool. That way you can track expenses going out, money coming in, and be very purposeful about every dollar spent on your family budget. If you know me, you know that I'm old school and I like a pen and paper budget. I'm not a huge app user or fan of apps, but I've always liked EveryDollar. I usually sit down once, twice a month at the kitchen table. That's where we do our budget, pen and paper. But this one is nice because it's always at your fingertips. You don't have to be home looking through your files to figure out what bill and how much and when's it due. It's all here on EveryDollar. So who is this app built for? Who is this app good for? Honestly, if you are receiving any type of income and you have expenses, then this app is for you. It's very easy to use. So if you might be, say, a retired veteran, or even a high school student with a job and expenses. Maybe you have a disability and you're receiving SSI or SSDI. This app is for you. So today we're going to dive right in and review the app and go over some of the features.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into the EveryDollar app. If you take a look on the right-hand part of my screen, there's a green box that looks like there's dollar bills on it and a little R in the bottom right-hand corner. So that's your EveryDollar app, of course, R for Ramsey. And, you know, I love Dave Ramsey's quote, "A budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went." And that is the whole purpose of this app, is to sit down at the kitchen table and take a look at all your paychecks and see how much money you have coming in this month. And of course, I'm setting up a sample budget here just to give you an example. So I went ahead and entered, paychecks. Let's say you get paid twice a month, $1,500. Okay, we've entered the income and it automatically totals it for you and gives you the $3,000. This whole tab I'm working on now is the planned budget. So this is where you sit down, you write down all what you expect your bills to be for the upcoming month, okay? So we have mortgage, water, electricity, natural gas, cable, trash. Okay, well, if there's a bill on there that you don't see and you want to add, you can add item right here. And then let's say you need internet. Okay, you can add internet and do done. So you can add extra categories if you don't see one that fits your needs, or maybe you don't have a gas bill. So you could delete that category just to make it easier on the eyes. So transportation, it breaks it down just like my paper budget does. If you've ever used that in a session with me, it breaks it down by category: transactions, food, restaurants, personal, clothing, phone, lifestyle, pet care, health, insurance, and of course debt. Okay, so you've got all these categories that you can start filling in. Okay, and this is where you do your plan budget. So of course, let's say, giving. If you do typically give to the church, the rule of thumb is 10% of your gross. Of course, just for the sake of math here, $3,000. Let's take 10% of that. That would be $300 per month. We'll just say that that's gross. $300 per month, or maybe you give to charity. It has a little spot here for you. Emergency fund. Dave Ramsey believes in paying yourself first. So your savings account should be considered just like a bill to you. Every month you pay the same amount and you're paying yourself first. Instead of you get to keep whatever is left over after the spending and eating out and movies and entertainment and things like that. plan how much you're going to pay yourself every month. So here, let's say, your goal is to save so much in a 12-month period, and you want to save, say, $200 a month. We'll plug that in here, and it automatically puts it into your budget. Okay, you've got $2,500 left to budget, and so you just kind of keep going down there and add your rent. Okay, maybe that's $700. Water and all your bills. Okay, so let's say you've added all that. Now let's go to the spent tab over here. Now at the end of the month, you're going to want to sit down and reconcile, meaning look over how much you actually spent. Otherwise, the budget isn't or the app itself is not going to be very effective for you. You need to go back and see how much are you really spending, and are you staying on budget? So you would go in and enter each of those amounts. Did you give to the church this month? Click on it and hit the plus sign. And yes, you gave your $300 in tithes. Okay, so there you go. All right, and so you just basically go in and add $200 for your emergency savings. Go back, and how much do we put for rent? I think we said rent was $700. Doesn't change. It's going to be probably the same every month. So put that in. All right, so let's see where we're at. Okay, so on our planned budget, we had $1,800 left over. On our spent budget, we were right on track. We have $1,800 left over, and remaining right here, you have $1,800. Wouldn't that be great if we all had $1,800 left over every month? Okay, so that's the idea of setting up your budgets. And also notice at the top, I have this set to May 2020 because April is almost over. But if you hit this arrow, you can drop down and toggle to go ahead and set up June's budget or July's budget, or go back and look at April's. Okay. Now, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, we are on the budget tab. I'm going to click a little to the right to transactions. And these transactions are the transactions I just entered in. Also, if you upgrade this and connect to your bank account to the EveryDollar Plus, of course, there's going to be a fee for that. It's typically, I think about a little under $11 a month. It's $129.99 per year once the trial is over. So again, you might want to just try this with the free app first, and then you can upgrade. If you really love it and you want those additional features of connecting your bank account, you can add that. Personally, I'm okay entering all the items in myself, because even when you upgrade to the Plus, you still have to grab all those items that cleared your bank account and sort them and put them where they go in the appropriate category. I just feel like the free version allows me to be more conscious of my spending and purposeful. I use it just like a check register, an old-fashioned check register. Okay, so the next tab is accounts. This is where you would connect one of your bank accounts. And of course, this is completely secure. It's going to have the same level of encryption as your bank. So, don't worry about connecting your bank account. Very secure app here. If you go to the right, Insights, this is actually available on the app. If you have the EveryDollar Plus, when your month is over, you're going to be able to see, hey, how much did I spend in housing? A little pie chart, a cute little pie chart. How much did I spend on eating out? And how much did I spend on entertainment? Some people really like a visual of that, a pie chart to see where their money is going. And then on this last tab, right here on the right, Profile. Okay, this is where you can go into check your bank accounts. Okay, you can connect them here. I have a lot of bank accounts with Chase, so all of my bank accounts, my business accounts, my husband's business accounts, all pulled up here. So I had to delete some. I didn't want to manage all those on this app. So that's what this tab is for. You have a Learn to Budget tab where you get to hear from Rachel Cruz, Dave Ramsey's daughter, just kind of an introduction to the app. And some other things. Of course, Financial Peace I talked about earlier. If you don't know what that is, you can click on this and see about registering for that course. You've got help and support here, settings. I like setting up my Touch ID. I would do that if I were you. That way you don't have to log in every time, and I forget my password all the time. Okay. All right. So kind of back out of this, but this in a nutshell is the EveryDollar app. Again, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And this really helps you be conscious of how much you're spending instead of simply swiping that check card passively and money just leaving your account. Set up a budget at the beginning of the month. Tell your money where to go. Be in control of your money instead of letting it control you. And I think this app will be a super good resource to help you do that.
Well, thank you for watching our video app review of EveryDollar. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, our Thrive goal is to help families across the Houston area establish financial independence and financial stability. So if you need any assistance with that, please reach out to Easter Seals for free one-on-one financial coaching. Be sure to like the video, and if you can, comment below on how EveryDollar worked for you. We would love for you to download the free version and try it out, and we want to hear your feedback. So thank you so much, and until next time on our next app review, see you then. Thanks.